What's up, fellas? Welcome into Trashy Football, a whole different species of Tennessee Titans podcast. If your algorithm is so messed up that you found us, then you better just relax and stick around for a while. I'm Trashy, and this is my brother from another marsupial mother, Possum. We're both diehard fans of the two-tone blue, but don't let our cute, cuddly appearance fool you. This show has a high risk of getting raunchy, so if you got any kits running around, be sure to put them to bed now. Possum, how the hell are you, man? Hey, Trashy, I'm doing good, brother. Thanks for letting me do your show with you, man. You know how much I love them tits, dude. We're gonna have a good time on this show, I tell you that. Couldn't do it without you, Possum. Guys, we have an awesome show lined up. Special guest JROB, the former Titans GM, will be with us to give his takes on the offseason, so you don't want to miss that. But first, we got to catch up on everything that's gone on. So before we discuss all the new additions to the roster, let's take a moment to remember the end of an era in Tennessee. You okay, man? You okay, buddy? Oh, that got me all choked up, buddy. That's beautiful, man.
Thanks, dude.
That reminds me, dude. I gotta show you what my boy Marcus drew the other day. How do I make this full screen, man?
That's the square button there.
There we go.
Middle.
Look at that. That boy loves them tits now. Only
That's
7
awesome.
years old. Already a diehard tits fan, man.
Little Marcus. How's Jake?
Last year middle school, brother.
That's wild.
Time flies, man. So we will have time to deep dive into the roster as we get closer to the season, and we're going to be breaking down some of Ran's biggest offseason moves with JROB here in a minute. But with this being the first episode, I wanted to get a vibe check from you, man. This has been the most interesting offseason I can ever remember with the Titans so far.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. I was pretty pissed about them firing Braves when it first happened, dude.
Yeah,
I know you were.
But, you know, after listening to old Callie talk and seeing all the free agent signings, I'm starting to get pumped, brother. We're going to score some points this year, I feel like. Yeah, I was of the opinion it was time to let Mike go. Not because he's a bad coach. You know, Vrabe is a close friend of the show, believe it or not.
Yep. But you saw flashes in Will Levis, and now's the time to build around him. And if Vrabel was to have a third losing season in a row, your hand is almost forced at that point. It feels like it's better to move forward here in Levis's second year, where you have lots of cap space and high draft picks, and you can give those to your new coach and develop around Levis and the offense. And I love the Callahan signing too. I wanted an offensive head coach desperately. And you mentioned the interviews. The more I hear Callie talk, the more excited I get in what seems to be the new philosophy of the Tennessee Titans. Definitely high expectations that this will be a very exciting modern offense to watch. Instead of the past few years, it's been relying solely on Derrick Henry to try and carry the whole team. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm still gutted about the King dressing up in a damn Ratbirds uniform. I mean, no offense to rats.
Yeah, of course.
I just can't fully process that shit right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It would have been so much easier if it had been Dallas or somebody, but the Ravens, that feels as bad as if it was a division rival.
Well, they got the best damn running back duo in the league now. I'll give them that. Henry and Lamar.
Well, probably, yes, but I don't mean it like you meant it. Lamar is a good QB.
Yeah, maybe they could sign Tannehill too. Who's he gonna hand it off to? Henry? Lamar? Could be either one.
Well, he is currently available. Lots of experience handing the ball off too. I wonder if he has any open practice sessions for teams to watch. Just him handing the ball off 30 times. That's rude. Ryan is for sure the third best Titans Oilers QB and the best since McNair. Sad that we never made it over the hump with that core of guys.
Yeah.
But I am sold on Will Levis's potential and the tools that they have placed around him this season.
Trashy, you know it's hard for me to love a Wildcat, man. I was hoping for Hendon Hooker and just being real with you, you know. But that boy impressed the hell out of me last year. This team was straight the trickling runs last year. And he pulled it out, dude.
Yeah, I don't think anyone could have looked good with last year's O-line. Big additions made to try and fix that this offseason. None bigger than Brian Callahan's father, Bill Callahan, joining as the O-line coach. And it sounds like he will play a large part in the run game, too. I'm excited about the combination of Spears and Pollard in the backfield. Both are fast, can run routes, and there's no more tells in the play calling from the personnel on the field, presumably.
Man, Tajay Spears is so damn fast that he does them damn side steps, juking, man, and he looks like he's Super Saiyan teleporting.
Yeah, dude is dangerous. This has to be the best receiving core on paper the Titans have ever had. DeAndre Hopkins, D-Hop, the free agent signing of Calvin Ridley. This is about to look like a steal. Tyler Boyd, who is coming in pretty much knowing the entire offense already. That's huge for Will Levis.
That's not the only thing huge for
Titans legend NWI is back again because, of course,
for life.
And then there's even hopes of a Treylon Burks breakout.
Yeah, let's not start talking about Treylon before JROB gets here. You're gonna get my blood boiling on that one. Mind you, I just bought a number 11 jersey. Them things are expensive, man. Old lady ain't gonna let me buy another one of them for years, dude. You know, it's like pretending to be the world's biggest Chris Moore fan. I get my hopes up for like 2 weeks with Josh Dobbs, though. But
yeah.
Well, speaking of which, let's not waste any more time. We're going to be right back with JROB after this quick word from our sponsors.
Levis's Denim Billie Jean's Edition.
No other jeans feel like sliding into warm mayonnaise.
Levis's denim.
Is that an angry run scepter?
No. That's my Levis's denim. Billie Jean's edition.
Alright, let's give a big trashy football welcome to our first ever guest, former Titans General Manager JROB. John, thank you so much for squeezing us into your busy schedule.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. I'm just here in the office, watching some tape, watching some film. So happy to get to talk ball with you boys.
Awesome. We wanted to discuss some of General Manager Ran Carthon's big moves this offseason, and who better to break that down than someone who used to have that job. Can y'all hear me? Yes. Can y'all hear me? Yes,
Yeah,
we can hear you. Testing.
You're
And
one.
we can hear you, Possum. Shit. Possum seems to be having some audio issues. I'm sure he'll figure it out. Meanwhile, JROB, we've got 3 dishes that Chef Ran is going to serve up.
Okay.
We will have you grade each one. All right. Let's see what Chef Ran is got first. A brand new Titans coaching staff featuring Brian Callahan as the head coach of the Tennessee Titans, Denard Wilson as the new defensive coordinator, Nick Holtz, offensive coordinator, and Bill Callahan as the offensive line coach.
Okay. First of all, I want to say, the let Rand cook is it's okay. It's no in J-Rob we trust. But it's okay. Being serious here, I can see what Ran is going for here. This reminds me a lot of the first coaching staff I put together for Mike Vrabel. The one before Mike started hiring all his drinking buddies. Brian is a young offensive mind with tons of experience around the league at a very high level. Mike was a leader of men, defensive mind, former Super Bowl champion. We paired Mike with Matt LaFleur, young hot commodity on the other side of the ball. And that's sort of how I see Denard Wilson. He's been a major part of some really top-notch defenses over the past few years. If he can translate that, then I expect he will get some looks as a head coach real soon.
Yeah.
The way LaFleur was picked off real quick, when you hire a top-notch coaching staff instead of your buddies, And if you remember, I paired Mike up with one of the best defensive coaches of all time, in Dean Pease, to help him with his side of the ball. That was before Mike had his first little power trip there. And I really think Bill Callahan can have that kind of impact on the offensive line and the team as a whole. So I will say a few knocks, though. Nobody from the Patriots that I'm aware of. Hard to be the best if you're hiring guys not previously employed by the best. And I hate to bring this up, but it is a thing. Brian said on the Bus Boys pod show,
Bussin' with the boys.
he in fact would not cut off his penis for a Super Bowl. And if you're not willing to snip the callywhacker, then I have to question the commitment, at least just a little.
Real quick, did you say callywhacker?
Yeah. Look, I don't have to tell you boys. I've got eyes and ears in that facility to this day. Trust me, it's called the callywhacker, and I'm gonna say C+ on the coaching staff because of some of those knocks.
Okay. Alrighty then. Next dish. Next up from Chef Ran, some major free agency additions. Wide receiver Calvin Ridley, center Lloyd Cushenberry III, running back Tony Pollard, cornerback L'Jarius Sneed via trade with the Kansas City Chiefs, cornerback Chidobe Awuzie, and wide receiver Tyler Boyd.
Okay, great. I see you're going to play the whole jingle every time. That's great. Okay. Look, here's where I'm going to tinkle in a few folks' Cocoa Puffs, if you will.
What do you mean it's not working? I know it's
okay. This is way, and I mean way, too much investment in both the receivers and the cornerbacks. These are positions you can draft in the 5th or 6th round, UDFAs even. If you're real desperate, you go hire a 35-year-old corner with a cool nickname. Remember Jack Rabbit? You sign someone who was good 3 years ago. What you don't do is sign a bunch of pass catchers and pass defenders to big contracts. And you sure don't trade for a defensive back. Look, I like the knee stuff with this Sneed kid. I mean, the injury. But they should have been trading for a third, not trading away a third. Look at all these receivers. Those are draft capital if you know what you're doing. We know what a DeAndre Hopkins is.
1,000+ yard receiver.
We don't know what a third-round pick is. A third-round pick could be a Roman Wilson.
Yeah.
And who knows what a Roman Wilson is? He could be the next D-Hop.
Okay.
Ridley, I don't get it. That frame is not going to hold up to run blocking.
Okay.
It's a D. I'm being generous here. It's a D. Thank God Treylon is about to have a breakout season this year. You guys are all going to thank me for that one. All I can say is it's a D.
Okay, agree to disagree. That's why we wanted to hear your opinion, John. All right, next dish. And in the draft, Chef Ran is serving up over 700 pounds of meat in the first 2 days, with the big boy J.C. Latham, offensive tackle from Alabama, being taken number 7 overall. And then on day 2, they draft T'Vondre Sweat, one of the best defensive tackles in the country, out of Texas at pick number 38.
Yeah, the big boy out of Alabama. I can see that. I don't love the injury history.
Does he have
one? No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
High upside. I'm sure Bill Callahan will get him pro ready. I mean, I'm not sure how many natty lights Bill can pound back in an hour, so he may not fit Vrabel's criteria. But I personally think Bill is a good coach. So if he says it's his guy, I respect that. I'd like to see a SoundCloud account from an O-line. I'd tell you that. At least a few banger rap tracks out there on the dark web. I'm not sure if JC really has any rap aspirations at all. And that's less than ideal.
Okay.
But if this JC is 30% as good as the JC upstairs, then Will Levis is going to be in good hands. Now, this Sweat kid, I tell you, a lot of people talking about character concerns after the DWI rumors. Maybe we struggled with our weight, sneaking fruit roll-ups, and our thigh pads, maybe. I love this pick. This pick is great.
Well, you don't have to say
I'm
like
serious.
that.
Of all the picks, this is a JROB pick right here.
Don't say that, John.
I'm 100% down.
Can y'all hear me? Seriously, John? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Literally,
We can
this
hear you.
entire time. Y'all never gonna believe this. The damn aux cable been unplugged this whole time. What I miss? Well, that's all the time we have. JROB, thank you so much for joining us.
No
Guys,
problem.
be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Lots of awesome Titans
Y'all do
coverage coming up this season right here on Trashy
right.
Football.
Trashy football. Y'all like it now, okay? We see you later. Bye, guys.